Over the past 10 or 15 years, Point Park University has remade its corner of Pittsburgh's Golden Triangle at the corner of 5th and Wood. And now with a new Ph.D. program, the university is engaging graduate students in communities well beyond the borders of downtown Pittsburgh. The new Ph.D. is in community engagement. Heather Starr Fiedler, Ph.D., is Associate Professor in Point Park's School of Communication. Kendra Ross is a graduate assistant and student in the new Ph.D. program. Welcome. Good to have you both here.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having me.
Heather, I'll start with you. What exactly is a Ph.D. in community engagement?
Well, a Ph.D. in community engagement is all about the intersection of research, scholarship, and communities. So we're really hoping that our students can step outside of the classroom and take what they're learning with their research and their scholarship and actually use it to help some local communities.
And this was really, it's a personal passion of yours, I guess, right?
Yes, yeah? It is a passion. For the past several years I've had a nonprofit that I run of my own, and about a year ago or so we started a program in the School of Communication at Point Park where we help nonprofits get some communication work done with our students who are working on class projects. So anytime that I can help to sort of bridge that gap between learning in the classroom and actually applying it to the real world, especially in communities in need, is really something that makes me super excited.
And so much of this is just people with a real passion. You know, they get into nonprofits, they start at nonprofits, they do. You think there's a need for a more systematic academic approach to how all of this works?
I think there's always a need. I think, you know, what's happening now is working, but I think we can provide an even higher level of research and really good planning towards some of the projects that are happening.
So Kendra, how about you? What got you interested in getting a Ph.D. in community engagement?
Well, actually, I just relocated back to Pittsburgh about a year ago, and I really wanted to do something in the community around arts advocacy, and I was trying to figure out ways to do that, so I started volunteering here and there. And then one day I just came across, I think on Twitter, an announcement about the program, and I just got excited. I didn't know what it was, but it just sounded really interesting, and so I literally reached out that week about an interview and was in the program a couple of weeks later.
Wow, so yeah,
it was a very quick process.
Right against the deadline, yeah.
Yeah, well, everybody was against the deadline. We got our approval for the program on July 6th and started the program on August 20th. So we had just a couple of weeks to get the word out and to get applications, and we weren't sure if people would know about it and, you know, be ready to jump in, and we were shocked. People are jumping in with both feet. We had, you know, double the number of applications that we could possibly have taken this year, and so what happened is we ended up with an amazing cohort of students.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to meet the group. I think on the first day you were getting started. I think they'd been out to the food bank before and doing some volunteering out there. I was really impressed with this cohort you're part of. How about you? Where are you?
It's amazing, actually. I feel like I have mentors available to me right within my own cohort, people that have been working in the nonprofit sector, and the government sector, and business, working with all kinds of constituents, and it's just really helpful to me as someone who has a desire to work in community but hasn't done it in like a formalized setting. So it's really been just great already.
Yeah, you always think of sort of a PhD, it's like it's the lone academic in the wilderness on this endless journey until they finally get the piece of paper. But in this case, you're hoping these folks are actually going to work together on common challenges as well?
Absolutely. So in each of the classes, we really want the students to be learning theory, to be researching, and then to be applying that research to real community issues. But then the culmination of the program, as with any PhD, is the dissertation. And we have this creative, maybe crazy idea that our students will work on their dissertations individually, but with the same general theme in mind, in a small group. And when they're finished with their individual dissertations, they will come back together for one actual class after the dissertation and put their dissertations together to see what kind of knowledge they can gain and what kind of action plan they might be able to write to help the community, and give that as a gift to Pittsburgh.
Does that add a little bit of an accent or a benefit to going through the process?
Yes, and I actually just found out about that part recently, and I was like, oh, okay. It's not just the paper. No, it's really interesting to think about how different forms of community service intersect and how we can build on each other's work and build on each other's passions.
Well, when you think about it, so much of community is about partnership and collaboration. It seldom is just one organization or one individual or one neighborhood.
Exactly.
It takes a village, I guess, right?
And that's one of the classes we hope to have this summer, is a multi-sector collaboration class where they're really working with you know, various constituents, whether it be the mayor's office or the city, education, healthcare, and all of those different parts and pieces that need to happen to work together to make a community project happen.
Well, really exciting. Can't imagine a better place to get something like this off the ground than here in our region. We've sort of made a habit of this for decades to begin with. Heather Starr Fiedler from Point Park University, Kendra Ross, congratulations. Good luck with the program.
Thank you.
And next up, our region's national leader when it comes to standing firm against partner violence in the workplace. We'll learn how it can affect the bottom line. Stay with us.